Hey everybody, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notify button so you'll know when you're getting new episodes. And we just want to grow this project. I thank you in advance. Without further ado, let's get it rolling. The Shout Out Show. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everybody. I'm Preacher Moss, host of the Shout Out Show, the SOS. Thank you in advance for joining. I always say for our people that are joining us for the first time, we hope that we're able to give you a quality experience. And as well, if you don't mind, click the like button, click the subscribe button, and let people know that we're going to be expanding, and hopefully we'll be reaching more people and trying to do more good work as it would be. For my returning my Shout Out Show family and soldiers, as always, I appreciate you. And I think I need you today. Today I woke up and I felt a little bit different about the world. I'm a very optimistic person, but I felt violated. I don't like to say that much. And a lot of times when I say I feel violated, it's because I see a trust that's been broken. When I say a trust has been broken, meaning not just to me, but to other people. I'm one of those type of people. You're probably one of these type of people. If you go in a restaurant and you see somebody mistreat a waiter and then turn around and treat you nicely, your heart and sentiment is actually with that waiter. You want that waiter to have the respect and treatment that you just got, because it's not going to be something that registers that that couldn't be you, that person is talking to and disrespecting. And I'm going to say this in advance. This is a very sensitive topic because I think it pulls in a lot of things that I've been talking about over the last couple months. And I think we need to go back to those things. A crime's been committed. Let's start there. A crime has been committed. And in the commission of a crime, there are aspects that have to be understood. The nature of the crime, the duality to not commit the crime, and the other part of the crime is it premeditated? Is it premeditated? Meaning, did you have knowledge of forthwith that you could have stopped yourself? There was something that could have stopped you from committing this crime. That's the way people go to jail, brothers and sisters. Because the judge will go, you had a choice. On Judgment Day, your Lord will go, you had a choice. And that choice, brothers and sisters, does not include the ability to dumb down things. Not dumb down, but downplay things. Life and reality are not for people to downplay if it's out of their purview. When I say it's out of the purview, meaning outside of your family, outside of your life, outside of your business, outside of the things that affect you, you can feel free to downplay them. But in this case, we have a problem. We have a legal issue. And when I say a legal issue, I say a crime has been committed, but this is a crime against humanity. Thus, I present the case on your screen right there, Trump Tuskegee Syphilis Experiment 2020. For those who don't know, there's a reason why Black people don't trust health care. Because it hasn't been good health care, hasn't been adequate. Things are done to us, quote unquote, in the name of science. Whether people are stealing our cells or running these experiments. Let me tell you something about why I let the name stand, the syphilis experiment. Because they say, hey, brother, that's sexually transmitted. Well, I'm here to tell you, your president, 45, he screwed everybody. Therefore, it's sexually transmission. I don't have to make a case, but I have to remind you of the facts, and you will make your own case. Hell, the case will make itself. This is a man who allowed a disease that could have been marginalized, minimalized, to spread. The interesting thing about the Tuskegee Syphilis experiment, brothers and sisters, it started in 1932. It didn't stop until 1972 because somebody dropped a dime on them. And nobody went to jail. Nobody lost their license. And the remaining people got little medals. That's not to talk about the men that lost their lives, went blind, had mental disease from syphilis, the women who died, the children that died from congenital syphilis. None of that happened. None of it happened. Nobody tuned in. Because when it comes to life outside of these people with this money, it does not matter. You are a footnote on a footnote on a footnote on a book that doesn't exist. I cannot tell you the amount of outrage that I get sick of looking at this white man do the same things he's been doing throughout his history, throughout his term. In fact, before him, they were doing it. I told everybody here years ago, part of being a black man in America, or a black woman in America, or a black child in America, is you grow up knowing that society, the society that you serve, the society that says this is the home of the brave, home of the free, land of the free, home of the brave, all that garbage takes particular pride in making sure that you do not feel safe. That you do not feel safe. And when I say they don't feel safe, brothers and sisters, what do I mean? It is a orchestrated, calculated misuse of public trust. And it's normally okay. It's normally all right because it's black people. Because it's Latinos down in these on the borders wrapped up in tinfoil blankets. And it's the Latino children that cry. It's the Native Americans we don't see anymore. They're on the reservations dealing with alcoholism. COVID has damn near knocked them out as well. But we don't worry about it, America, because a group of people I just spoke about, they don't matter to you. And here's the other problem. The thing that tips this whole thing to the left, back to the right, and then flat. It is the fact that we are actually entertaining that somehow he had moral plausibility. Moral plausibility. This man is not God. He does not speak to God, I don't believe. I don't believe if God is speaking to him that he's actually listening. Because this is the devoid of moral character. This is euthanasia. This is sitting by watching people die like you don't know a damn thing. The same way with the Tuskegee Syphilis experiment, they got poor farmers down in Tuskegee, Alabama, under the auspices of giving them good health care back in 1932, left syphilis unchecked to see how fast it was spread throughout the community. They could have given half the group the placebo, half the group the remedy. They did not do that. Everybody got syphilis, and they denied it, brothers and sisters. They denied them treatment when they realized that the syphilis was actually real. When they went to go get help, they denied them. They told the doctors in the area, you will lose your license if you treat these black folk. Let me give a shout out. Miss Sherry, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Ree, I think I gave you a shout out. But my point here today is to shout out wrong, to shout out injustice, to shout out a crime. You see, I'm a forgiving man. I'm a man of faith. Many of you are people of faith as well. But you have to understand that you're people of faith because there are things that cause you to lose faith. And one of the things that causes us to lose faith is when people randomly, if you will, discourage, discredit, and endanger humanity. I'll be damned if there's going to be another impeachment. I'm saying, brothers and sisters, open the gates, hell, run, bum rush the White House, because this has to end. Call it a people's call to action, but this government cannot continue to do what it does. This man, I remember clearly saying, Oh, COVID's going to be 15 people. When it was 60,000 people, he said it won't be more than that. We're pushing 200,000 people. And in an interview, this man tells everybody in their mama that I knew what it was going to be. I could see if you're trying to guard against panic. You want to make sure that you can let people down. But you didn't do that, Donald Trump, Donald Devil, Donald Dirty, you white cracker. You didn't do that. You know what you did? You inspired people to go out and put their health, their families in jeopardy because of you. Over 100,000 families had to watch their loved ones buried on FaceTime, in video. We couldn't even have a normal grieving process. There are people now in hospitals because they couldn't even get regular care because everybody was worried about COVID. Loved ones, people that mean something to me, not to you. They mean something to other people, not to you. I don't give a damn about the stock market. If I saw you walking down the street, I'd jump on you. Because there's absolutely no way this man is walking around and he's not in jail. He's not locked up. Damn it, if you could put a knee on somebody's neck for 8 minutes, 46 seconds, you ought to be able to lock up the president when he kills somebody. Or better, when he kills almost 200,000 people. This is not a game, brothers and sisters. We cannot continue. I told you from the beginning, we have to start understanding our own self. Separate from things that are unhealthy. Separate from people that are unhealthy. I have pictures and memories and nightmares of people crying because their loved ones don't come home. Not just one loved one, a son, a daughter, a mother, all gone, generations of people for a freaking election. Last time I checked, I didn't hear about any of these big rich people, brothers and sisters, getting COVID. The owner of Amazon didn't get COVID. The owner of Halliburton didn't get COVID. Trump didn't get COVID. His kids didn't get COVID. How the hell are you going to tell people, run into the eye of the storm? It's okay. Take your mask off. This brother told people, he told a reporter, knowing a mask may be the only thing that separates you between good health and dying, take your mask off. Well, damn it, take your hood off. And I'm going to tell all you people out here that support this man. I'm going to tell you, all you people that support this man, you're no damn good. You're dirty, you're nasty, you're funky, and you're lousy. The world has no place for you. Indeed, you will castigate whole generations of people and put them in jail. I hope when you get your time, they build you a jail and they put it up underneath the jail. We're sitting here hamstrung by what? A constitution. By a crooked fat lawyer named Barr, who's done everything from lie to the people about the Mueller report to intervene on a rape case. What president runs on a rape case? Tell me. I'm waiting. What president runs on a rape case or gets intervention on a rape case? How the hell can you become president on a rape case? And that's my point. That's my point. I have had it. And from now on, if I see you in the street, if I see you with a red hat on trying to tell me that life is good, I'm going to smack you in your mouth. I'll take the time because this is a point in time, brothers and sisters, where people are losing their lives. People haven't seen their mothers for months, their fathers for months. Forget about the border stuff, the bridge, the border, the wall. People haven't been able to have normal communication relationships. Because of you, Donald Trump, because you're a liar. You're a fat liar. I'm going to shout out people, but I'm going to keep it moving. Now, let me speak to the people. Let me speak to the people who sat around this fool. Let me speak to the people that was okay. You should be going to jail too. You should be going to jail twice. You know why? Because you knew you had an idiot in there and you're afraid to say something. Sissies. That's what you are. Sissies. And he's the biggest sissy of them all. I don't care what you think about what I'm saying. You know why? Because it doesn't matter how I'm saying it. It's the truth. It's the truth. And guess what? I said it in my little video earlier. It's good white folk, it's bad white folk, it's rednecks, and there's no good crackers. I put crackers at the bottom of the list. I put them below white devils. You know why I say white devils? Because a white devil still has a connection to God. Crackers have no connection to God. Got no correction to anything. No connection, no correction. It's the same thing over and over again. And I'm sorry, folks. You know what? Normally, the comedian tries to make light of the situation and say, hey, everybody, you know, it's funny and da-da-da-da. This ain't funny. It's not funny. I'll tell you right now, if you were to go to a funeral, if you were allowed to go to a funeral of somebody that died from COVID, knowing there was an 85 to 95% chance that it could have been avoided, that's going to be the saddest funeral in the world. You're going to be angry and you're going to be upset. You know why? Because it wasn't the right choice. It wasn't the moral thing to do. You know, America always beats its chest about stand-up guys, and white folks, not all of you, but enough to make the case. I'm tired of y'all beating the chest like you are the moral authority. You ain't the moral authority on a damn thing. The fact that you have to stand up and yell you're a moral authority tells me you have none. Tells me your generation before you had none, and you're just hanging on. Let 2020 be the last time you hanging on. Let 2020 be the last time you even think you have a taste of a little power. You're holding on with white supremacy. You're holding on to systemic racism. We got you figured out. Black folk got you figured out. Latinos got you figured out. White people got you figured out. And they don't want to be hanging around with you. This whole white crackerdom got to go. And let me tell you something too, Donald Trump. You can sit around and think that you can run the game on people and run out the clock and do lawsuits and things like that. But you know what you are, bro? You a punk. You're a straight up punk. You're a straight up sissified punk. Not a regular punk, a sissified punk. Because a regular punk will do goofy stuff. But a sissified punk will get other punks to stand in his way so he doesn't get what he deserves. As a comedian, my brand of humor is built upon taking you one way when you should have gone this way. I took you that way. It's the element of surprise. That's what makes good comedy, folks. Making people guess wrong. And then we have a laugh about it. There's nothing to guess wrong here because I'm not a fool. Just like many of you out there, you're not fools. We knew. I didn't know anything about, of course you knew. How the hell are you going to be president of the United States and you don't know what's going on? Obama knew. Bush wasn't the brightest, but he knew. Gerald Ford couldn't keep his balance, but he knew. Richard Nixon was a liar, but he knew. All of a sudden, you don't know? You don't know. Well, let me give you a little logic. That's right. An orange, fat, unhealthy punk. Thank you, Sister Rabina. Let me break this down to you. Whether you win, which is highly unlikely, whether you lose, which is highly likely, it doesn't matter. I believe you should go to jail for the rest of your life. And furthermore, I believe before they take you to jail, they should send you to the highest levels of COVID positivity and hang out and talk to the families that lost their loved ones to COVID. Go to those meatpacking plants that you want people to go. Go to the classrooms that you wanted people to go to, you freaking liar. You wanted to march our children into COVID danger. Well, your boy don't go to school. Your boy's actually doing online. I looked it up. I think St. Anthony, Pittsburgh, out there in Potomac, Maryland. Your boy ain't even going to public education. They've been online all the time. How come you ain't pick up the phone and yell and scream at your son's school about, no, open the schools up, open the schools up. But for every little black kid, every little brown kid, every little poor kid, all of a sudden they need to go back to school. And the teachers that teach them need to go back to school. What are you thinking, man? I'm going to say this because I hope I shame you. I'm going to say this because I hope I shame you. And I never like to do this, but you need to be shamed. You see, because when it was 15 people, 10 people, you could have told the truth. 1,000 people, you could have told the truth. We're pushing towards 200,000, and you still won't tell the truth. Thus, in my world, in the real world, in the street world, it's street justice. When you lose, I propose you do not get on a helicopter. When you lose, I propose that you are stripped down naked in front of everybody, and you're given a head start, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 feet, in front of the families of the victims of almost 200,000 people. We give you a head start, and they chase you down. And it ain't gonna be a long chase. I seen you ain't in shape. They chase you down and they give you justice. Oh, where's that come from, preacher? You know what? In Africa, there was a little thing. You got to do your research. In Africa, brothers and sisters, there was a case of a man in Africa and a tribe. And they always say that African people are uncivilized. They're not uncivilized. It's just that the market brilliance they have to deal with problems, it makes us feel inadequate. So let me throw this story down. There was a man in a village in Africa who violated a young girl. He was a pedophile. Now, he knew the justice he was going to get from the village. So what he did was he ran to the police station and turned himself into the police station, effectively seeking police protection. He thought he was safe. The family of the victims, pooled their money together and raised money for his bail and got him released. And he figured out, who released me from bail? And when he walked out, he saw all those people. And he took off running, but he didn't run far. Donald Trump, even that is too good for you. And I'm saying, all you boys go to jail. Barr, you need to go to jail twice. Trump, you need to go to jail. Your sons need to go to jail. Your daughter need to go to jail. And I'm going to tell you why, because they all knew too. None of them stood on a soapbox and said, hey, everybody, wear your mask. They followed the village idiot in not wearing a mask. Even now, you have some of, I don't know where they find these white people from, potentially the dumbest corners of society, to show up in places that are known to have COVID with no mask on. And the sad part about it is, you think that it's okay because it doesn't affect you. It's all right if it affects Black people. Let me say this clearly to Black people and Latino people and the remaining Native Americans here in the United States. He meant to kill you. White folk, you won't say it, because if you say it, you think you're snitching. You're not snitching, you're just stupid. He meant to kill you. You don't matter. In business, you are known as what's called an externality. An externality means, for me, for A to happen and B to happen, means that something's going to happen to B, but who cares as long as I get to C. You're a byproduct. And in this government, we have enough philosophy about byproducts. They are picking and choosing right now who's going to live, who's going to die, who's going to rule, who's going to be servants. I'm telling you now. After the election, somebody probably bang on my door and I'll be taken out of here. Because that's a level of plausibility that they're dealing with. They're thinking right now that if we lose, we're going to take over the government and we'll lie before the face of God, saying that we are doing the work of the Lord. And all you funky evangelicals, I ain't forgot about you too. You know what? Please, 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 whatever religion you are, stop claiming that you're doing God's work. Because Donald Trump says that you're doing God's work. You tell other people that he's doing your work. I've seen you. I've seen you on video. I've seen you on television. You know damn well he's not doing your work. But guess what? Y'all some punks too. The biggest punks in the game. Nobody has stepped to this man. What's that voice of the more maturity? Nobody has stepped to this man in the game and said, these are the problems. Hey, Falwell too busy out there in pool doing pool duty. I'm sorry, folks, but this is the life we live in. I'm telling all my brothers and sisters, Black, Latino, people of color, Native Americans. I'm gonna throw in the LBGT. I'm gonna throw you in too. Because to stop madness, you have to understand that the people you have to deal with have no concept of mercy or compassion, those two things. But at this time, you are looking at a level of desperation that includes whole-scale denial of all reality in front of them. These are the times that allowed you to have the Nazi occupation, the brown shirts, the burning of Jewish books. These are the times that we're in. And we're too arrogant for some of us to think it could happen here. Hell yeah, it could happen here. If you took this time we are right now and put it back in the 1950s, Black people would be drinking from water fountains. Native Americans wouldn't be around anywhere. Latinos, you wouldn't even be in the country. And all my gay brothers and sisters, you be in the closet. Hell, you be in the closet in the basement. Mark my words on it. But I want to close on this. Donald Trump, you committed a crime. You committed a crime against humanity. I will never forgive you. Never forgive you. If my Lord came down here right now and said, Preacher Moss, forgive him now, I might hesitate. I might question what I heard. I might question what I heard. If they said to get into paradise now, you need to forgive that man, I might go, you know what? Paradise might not be all that then, because I'm lying to myself. My problem is the damage that's done, we won't see for the next couple of years. I talked about this one by they were trying to send our kids back to school. Rewind with me a little bit, people. They want to send the kids back to school. They didn't know what. They said the kids will rebound. I told people then, the issue is not what the kids rebound from. It's that over time, you don't know the damage that can be done to a young heart, a young pair of lungs, or a young pair of kidneys. There are people who were absolutely healthy, got COVID, got double pneumonia, wound up. People with healthier kidneys than I have wound up on dialysis because of renal failure. You see, it's not that you get COVID and you recover, it's your quality of life afterwards. And he's not talking about that. He's not making a mention of that. All the GOP, I will line you up and I just pimp slap all of you. In one long line, turn around and go with the left hand and come back. Because you're culpable. You're culpable. If anything, I'm going to pull a drug game on you right here. Here's a drug charge. All the GOP is guilty of RICO charges. RICO charges. This is a criminal empire to destroy humanity. You try to kill blacks. You try to kill Latinos. You try to kill women. You try to kill all groups of people. For what? For what? Let me tell you something here. You ain't gonna like this. Even if you got rid of most of the black people, all the Latinos, you know who's gonna be here? God's gonna be here. And I'm gonna tell all the folks right now, you know what? Look in your books, your religious texts. Correct me if I'm wrong about what I'm saying. And I know parts of this discussion, they're not as nuanced as they could be. But when somebody tries to kill you, when someone tries to kill you, it's a problem. My own personal breakdown, brothers and sisters, at the time he got the news about COVID, I was in my room thinking something's really wrong with me. I was sick. 2 days after Kobe Bryant's death, I was sick. 53 years old, run 4 to 5 to 6 miles a day. I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sitting here thinking, what happened? I can't breathe. It's like somebody parked a Cadillac on my chest. I have to wake up from a dead sleep and put my feet on the side of the bed to breathe. I had to go see a pulmonologist. And this fat punk sits up here and goes, oh, I knew. Oh, it's all right. Boy, you're lucky you're not here. Because whether you're the president or not, I swear, I'm pretty sure I jump on you. And you can put it on here. I jump on you. But I'm going to tell you this. I won't be alone. You've done more damage to the public confidence than I could even imagine. This is evil. I'm calling this out on moral ground. This is evil. And I don't want to hear anything about, oh, brother, shut up. If you don't like the discussion, turn us off today. I don't care. But you try to kill me, try to kill my mother, try to kill my brother, my sister, my brother down the street, my neighbor. There's a problem. You have no problem with sending our babies to die? Our babies are doing online education because we can't send them to the school. Because if you send them to the school, you endanger the teachers. If you endanger the teachers, they endanger their own families. And you have no compunction. You have no idea of what you've done and don't care. You literally sit in front and find these people to lie for you. To lie for you. And in the end, people are going to say, Preacher Marsh, you're wrong. You're taking it out of context. You're exaggerating it. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. No, I'm not making a mountain out of a molehill. I'm making a cemetery plot out of something that was avoidable. I'm going to leave. I'm thoroughly upset today. One of the few times in my life, I looked at something and there was nothing funny about it. I literally was sick that somebody could do this and still be in a position to continue doing it. I don't really know where this is going to end. I just know it needs to end. And I'm talking about before the election. The proof is there. You've indicted yourself over and over and over and over and over again. You hide behind laws. And there's nothing worse than a racist that hides behind the law. Ooh, that burns me up. Because the only reason you're going to hide behind the law is because there's other people like you that will hide behind the law. Black people can't hide behind the law. Poor can't hide behind the law. Latinos can't hide behind the law. Ooh, but you can hide behind the law. Well, there's your law and there's God's law. I'm going with God's law. So, brothers, as I close out, brothers and sisters, as I close out, please forgive me. I was emotional. I was upset. But I'm not sorry about it. I think more of us need to be more emotionally, more upset. When the guy comes around with the Make America Great Again, we need to stand up and go, you need to make better decisions that make America great again. Maybe part of America being great again is maybe you're not a part of it. Maybe the new America does not include you. Maybe the new America does not have a place for you because you have no mercy or compassion. Maybe the new America is prison. Maybe the new America is vagrancy laws. They used to put our brothers on these working. Maybe the new America is you go to jail with life without parole. And maybe you do that for the rest of your life. For the rest of us. I would say for me, not for the rest of us, because that'd be arrogant. I have no trust in the system. And I will yell it from the highest mountaintops. I have no trust in the system. This man is a liar. You're a liar. Joe Biden, I know you're trying to figure out a nice way to. He's a liar, Joe. Harris, he's a liar. That's all you need to know. My grandmother said, I know he's lying. Why? Because his lips are moving. He's a liar. And what I know is liars need other liars to stay in a position. Round about the liars. Let them know the truth, but then get them the hell out of there. They are on a decision course, a principled course in their mind to destroy America. Putin couldn't do it. Iran couldn't do it. No foreign country, China, could do it. They found the right guy. And the right guy is not only destroying America, he is killing the things that makes America wonderful. It's people. It's citizens. Brothers and sisters, I got to go. I appreciate you. God bless. Guard your health. Guard your health. Guard the health of your family. Stop listening to people who would rather see you not here. The time to trust is out of the window. Don't trust them because they do not want you here. Let me say that again. They do not want you here. Okay? Separate from the things that are harmful to you. Separate your children, your wives, your parents, your business away from people who do not share your interests, do not care about your welfare. Don't do it later. Do it now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Talk to you soon. The ShOUT Show.
Hey everybody, this is your brother Preacher Moss. Listen, I hope that you enjoyed your ShOUT Show experience. We'll be back with the next show, the next ShOUT Show. A simple ask before you go, please help your brother out. Click that subscribe button, click that notify button, and I'll see you again on this side of the microphone. You probably wonder what that smell is. That's me. I smell good. And the reason I smell good is because I use oils from tar. So I'm not saying you can't smell good. I'm not even saying you stink. I'm saying you have the opportunity to smell exquisite. Check out tarifatar.com for some of the best oils and scents in town.